And everybody just doing what we've been seeing, going in kind of formation, just getting out that slipstream. You have a little look there with McLaren on the inside. McLaren on the inside.
As we take a look at Nicholas Longue coming out of turn 4 at Slosh Gold. Ferrari currently sitting pretty, second and 6, big points still on the table for the Scuderia. They had a tough time at Jeddah, didn't quite work out. Obviously Barry scooping up some reasonable, well, he pulled together a reasonable effort, just did not quite pan out. Damage unfortunately to the front wing ailed him, but they'll be looking to try and bounce back here this time at Austria, as we now see them deep dive through Rin Corner and now through the final bend at turn 10, the Red Bull Mobile curve. Down the inside Ishmael Fassi, yet another attractive overtake from the artist here. Jumps ahead of Ulash Azildarim, who now sits in 12th. Alvaro Caraton making it a double Williams overtake as he bursts past Wilson Hughes for 14th.
We've got the amazing Claire Costin that you've seen earlier in the broadcast. She's wandering around the studio at the moment, getting some amazing information for us, and is telling us that, yeah, Jana Wattmer's tyres are definitely past that 25% barrier at the moment. There's Barry Borman making an overtake there on Thomas Ronhard, taking back the lead of the race. The medium tyres still working well, but these two just working well together. There's no need to sort of make an aggressive overtake at this stage of the race. They're working well. If Barry feels like he's saved up enough battery, now I can be the leader and I can pull everyone along. This is a replay of what happened earlier on.
Yeah, as we take a look at the cars making their way through the final sector, of course, Freddie Rasmussen and Josh Ido in tandem. Jed Norgrove set in behind as well. We've got Nicholas Longue as well featured as part of this as we now cut away back to the live action. Thomas Ronhard losing out to the lead now with Barry Burman taking it through turn 3 on lap 12 of 36, and it's now down to Thomas Ronhard to try and maintain the pace. Into the pits though comes Josh Ido, an early call there for the Red Bull as he now looks to pit off his medium tyres, so the first man to move will be him.
Yeah, trying something different here compared to the rest of the field. It looks like it come out in a perfect gap behind Presneda, but then ahead of that Gagler cars that got caught up in incidents earlier on. Jarno Wattmer, though, still not into the box on soft tyres, and we've got, you know, Toshido.
Okay, there are only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Now and get a fresh set of rubber on. I'm not really too sure it has been the right call. Around the outside into the second to last corner, switches it back there on Judas. Great move on the inside, just squeezes off the passive driver there. Great move there. I don't know, maybe it's going to be into his middle. This blatantly has left the session trouble. We'll be running around to find out. To the front of the field as Thomas Ronhard and Barry Borman still yet to pit, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Frederick Rasmussen, who's gone for that earlier strategy.
I'm just looking, I think there's a technical glitch, I think, on part of Blakely. Obviously, he's going to be a little bit perturbed with that, and unfortunately, means he's going to have to come straight back. So he's headed into the pit. His car will return onto the track. VSC has been raised here in lap 14 as we now watch Thomas Ronhard make his way around. More pit stops here. This time Barry Burman opting for the pit. This time too, Jake Benham follows him in, as does Brendan Lee. Alfie Butcher, Ishmael Fassi as well coming into the box as well. Very flamboyant moves from Fassi, who managed to burst on through.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Lucas Blakely. Looks like a game crash, but this virtual safety car is going to help him out. This is brought out because of that incident to make sure the time is reduced for anybody who does have an incident like that. He's back in the session now, but this is really going to benefit those guys who stayed out a little bit extra. Look at Barry Borman, look at Jake Benham into the pit, Brendan Lee, Alfie Butcher. You lose less time under the virtual safety car, and yes, they are brought out because of the technical issue that we did have for Lucas Blakely to make sure he doesn't lose as much time, because unfortunately when the AI takes over, the AI is not as good as the pros that we have here in the studio today, so they're not going to be going as fast. So that means that everybody slows down, comes to a neutral pace, waits till Lucas gets back into the session, and the race will resume when he's ready to go.
Yeah, a couple of cars also boxing under the VST as well. We've got Ruben Pedreño, John Evans coming in for stops. Simon Weigang now 4.9 off the tail. Aston Martin now cemented to the rear, just in behind Alpine. Lucas Blakely now looking to try and come back in. He has rejoined the session now, and race control have also given a 10-second time penalty to Jarno Opmeer for speeding under the VSC.
Yeah, but it looks like he's out of the rig and he is done. So I don't know what has gone on for Jarno Opmeer there, but he's out of the rig and his race is over. Thomas Ronhaar, though, still leads the way. Jed Norgrove in second place. Both of them not opting to pit. Ulas also has not boxed in this race so far, and they're of course going longer because they're on the hard tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas Ronhaar now making his way up the hill towards turn 3. He's got Jed Norgrove just in behind. There is then quite the gap between Ulas Yildirim and Norgrove, currently sat in second. Barry Burman fourth. 2 places down from where he was before, but we've got everything unfolding now. It's on track. Certainly a perplexing race of the round. Plenty of challenges for the drivers to certainly work with, as Benham now goes on the attack of Barry Burman for that 4th spot. The attack of Barry Burman. Wilson on the tail of Wilson Hughes, trying to make his way past to make the strategy work. 2 laps of hard. Well, 2 laps of crude on his hard tyres at this stage now, as Barry has a look down the inside of Jake Benham. Coming out of Slosh Gold now in turn 4, Brendan Lee looks for an opportunity as well as he looks to try and pounce with Alfie Butcher there too, as they now feel their way through the Roshenberth corners. And Jake Benham, whilst he still remains in 4th place, Butcher's managed to derail Brendan Lee for that 6th spot.
Yeah, he's taken over from the 2-time world champion, and he's a rookie in this field. Great move there from Alfie Butcher to move himself up into P6. Jake Benham holding P4 at the moment. Thomas Ronhaar still leads the race, still yet to box from the front of the field as we get a fastest lap falling through the field. Josh Ido now taking that away, a 105.3 for the Red Bull driver. And Freddie Rasmussen, unfortunately, with that virtual safety car, I feel like has lost out a little bit, because Josh Ido now ahead of him. And you look at some of those other guys who got the jump, they really benefited from that.
Yeah, Barry Burman up the inside now. Jake Benham, as he tried to do in the lap previous, in lap 16. We're now lap 17 of 36, coming up to the halfway point, the next lap around, and he's not the only one on the attack. Alfie Butcher, who has really risen to the occasion and is now looking to also break past Jake Benham. He breaks past Barry as well and does a double overtake coming into Slosh Gold. Turn 4, lighting up here for Alfie Butcher, who lands the carving knife down upon the 2 cars behind him. Barry Burman defending the place though against Jake in behind.
Yeah, great move there from Alfie Butcher, and I'm really going to be interested to see how he plays this now, because if you look up the road, who is the next driver? It's his teammate, where he starts to hold up the other drivers to benefit his teammate and get him as further up through the field. We've seen how strategies in real life do that in Jeddah. Maybe we'll see that play out today, but it looks like Alfie Butcher, he's getting a move on. He doesn't want to hold up anybody. He wants to get on with his own race, and, you know, fair play to him. He's not had the greatest start to the series so far. Great qualifyings, but the races haven't gone his way. This time starting further down the field and moving forward. So it's been a good race for him so far, as we're watching on board now with Jake Benham as they rise up in towards turn 3. Brendan Lee right behind him as they go wheel to wheel now, the Ferrari and the Haas. And then the Mercedes having a look, making it 3 wide as well. Jake Benham getting very feisty in this race. All these guys on the same lap old tyres in the field right now at the moment. The guys that further up the field are on 17 lap old tyres, so they're going wheel to wheel at the moment still. Jake Benham on the inside of the Ferraris. We're watching with Brendan Lee, who's coming under attack from the Williams of Ismail Fasti as they go into the very tricky double left-hander, and he holds position on the inside. As they go into the very tricky double left-hander, and he holds position on the inside.
Find a grip heading out of turn 4, and now heading down the straight in towards Jochen Rindt. Very soon then in towards turn 10 up ahead of him. You can then see the Mercedes of Jake Benham, who is watching all over the back of Barry Burman. This is a fascinating fight now between this gaggle of cars, now making their way up towards turn 1 this time. Jake Benham just breaking out of the error once again, as we saw back in Jeddah, this time through turn 1 on the tail of Burman for that 5th place. They've got to climb the hill though, and Brendan Lee looks like the aggressor. Rear wings open across the board. Alfie Butcher as well, part of this train. Is he under pressure? Coming up towards turn 3, someone who might be is the Mercedes of Jake Benham as Lee goes on the attack. Ido and Longue also going side by side, heading out of turn 3. The Red Bull with the upper hand and nose in front here against the Ferrari, but back comes Longue heading in towards turn 4 and steals that P11 away.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Ferrari rival.
great move there from Nicholas Longe, looking further up to the field. Alfie Butcher, you would say, actually, is potentially the race leader right now. Because, of course, they all boxed under the virtual safety car. The advantage from that pre-pit stop compared to the rest of the field, obviously, you don't lose as much time if you box under a virtual safety car. So Alfie Butcher in a very strong position, but those guys up to the front in the net lead position don't need to fight so hard because it's just going to allow the likes of Thomas Ronhar and Jed Norgrove.
There are a few cars out on track. Perhaps we should get out there before it gets too busy.
Yeah, Thomas Ronhar now rising up through turn 1 this time. Lap 20 and 36 begins. 16 laps to go here in this Austrian Grand Prix race in the F1 Sim Racing World Championship. We have got a trio, should we say a quartet, maybe 5 cars. They're making their way up through towards turn 3. All of them just as aggressive as each other, all looking for promotions through this timing tower, through this leaderboard with big points in the offing. You see Red Bull and certainly Mercedes and their brilliant best historically. Jake Benham rises to the occasion here in event 2 with a great chance to bring in home more points to their outfit. Haas as well with Alfie Butcher and
Cum pula mea, mă, începe ploaia.
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Nu se poate. Eu la zi de râs.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. The rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful. Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
The kick-off of Brendan Lee just exploring the outside of the Austrian circuit there.
Yeah, and don't factor out Freddie Rasmussen, who's just moved up to P5. Jed Norgrove now above Josh Edo, moving up into P10. Norgrove has really impressed me as well, it has to be said, here in event 2. There is Brendan Lee, who's now under pressure as enter the Red Bull of Freddie Rasmussen, who's going to hang around the outside, heading through Rossenberg's curve. That's brave. He ascends, very nearly touches the gravel, just grazes it slightly, but moves up to the P5 now. And the Red Bull giving him wings here as he looks to try and drive after.
5 minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain.
Next up, another Ferrari to come. It's Barry Burham at this point.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Rear wing on Jake Burnham's car.
Wow, Freddie Rasmussen's just kind of come out of nowhere. So you've got the kick of Thomas Ronhard, Nicholas Longay going world to world. Ronhard ahead of Longay going into the first corner. But Freddie Rasmussen, he didn't benefit from sitting on the
Bă, ce pula mea a făcut, mă? Haide, du-te, du-te. Bă, ce pula mea? N-aveam unde să mă duc, Iriță. De fapt, Alex, n-aveam unde să mă duc.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Be careful. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, we can take you this lap.
DRS now open. Fastly, does he go for it? He has a look down the inside of Jake Benham, but this time no move can be made.
Yeah, it's interesting to see between these two because he's got so much one car right behind him. He's got 6-lap pressure tyres than both of these guys, but whilst they're working together, it doesn't really open an opportunity for one car to find a way through. They're either side by side, we backed out of him. They told me, because I think the race win's gone. Unless Alfie butchers this race, then he's crossing the line for the winner. So it's looking very good for him at the moment with 4 seconds in the lead. So it's all about this battle for P2 right now, and that's what they're playing tactically. You don't want to be in third position.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
Track, but then get that last lap overtake to put yourself into P2 before going into the winding bit in second 2.
Yeah, Thomas Ronha now in 10, still staring intently at what's going on in front of him. Fastly there, having a look down the inside, just making sure Jake
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Left to go, and I think this is where they're really going to start to go for it. Okay, now we're no longer working together. There's no friendship here anymore. It's the fight for P2.
It certainly is, and we could be on the cusp of making history because Alfie Butcher still leads the way. We're on lap 34 of 36. We're heading up through towards turn 1. And he's got a 4.2-second advantage, has our F1 Esports Challengers champion on PC, and could yet rein in his very first race win in vastly unlikely circumstances. Ismail Fassi, who has also been stellar, is going to look for perhaps a P2 here, heading up through towards turn 3. He's going to challenge Jake Benham, but who else is going to challenge but Thomas Ronha, round 1 winner, known to make it 3 wide, as he now splits the difference between the 2 cars in behind him. Back comes Fassi, who will have the inside, heading through towards Lost Gold. A golden effort, a golden manoeuvre by Ismail Fassi, who dives it through, but Ronha is coming straight back.
Ronha, interestingly, didn't have the DRS down that straight then, but he's back in front of Fassi. In fact, P2 position now as Benham and Fassi go will allow is Thomas Ronhard to get a little bit of a gap. They fall back into single file before Thomas Ronhard is able to get away from that 1 second gap. But now he's going to have to try and either burn his battery or play the smart game of trying to hold them up and not lose that position. The gap extends to 0.4 of a second between them. You can see Alfie Butcher, look at the gap, 4 seconds up the road ahead of those guys, currently in the lead of this race right now. But Thomas Ronhard, fantastic move, put himself up into P2. He has got the better tyres, but I think that deficit, or the advantage that he had on the tyres now, is no longer there.
Could be back-to-back P2 visits here for Thomas Ronhard, and once again putting a stranglehold on the championship lead right now, because Freddie Rasmussen down in P8, the points failing him at this stage. Doesn't want to allow Thomas Ronhard to get too far away as Norgrove and Longe start battling it out. Remember, it was Rasmussen and Ronhard who would have that contentious fight all the way back at Mexico last season whilst they were battling for the title as well. A very controversial moment heading through the middle sector soon to sector 3 as we're now watching them here on the penultimate lap. Butcher still with a convincing advantage, so that has come down a bit. 3.7 seconds now separating Ronhard and Butcher, so maybe Ronhard starting to turn up the heat a little bit given the fact he does have 6-lap pressure medium tyres on his car.
Yes, certainly Ronhard leading this train at the moment. We're not done yet. 1 full lap left to go. Alfie Butcher will lead us round the final lap of this race. Thomas Ronhard in second. It's all about that fight for P2. George, I'm going to let you take it away on this incredible battle I'm sure we're going to have on the final lap.
Yeah, final lap now is underway, and Alfie Butcher with the advantage. Fassi, though, is the one to watch as he opens up the DRS. He's going to look to lay down the hammer upon Thomas Ronhard, the man who contested for the championship last season against a young rival upstart here that has already come off the back of successfully gaining a P3. He can't quite find P2 at this point, but he will have DRS ready for turn 4. Right in the slipstream, pick up one car. And just look at this, yes, there's rain on the circuit, and look at Fassi being thrown to the outside. And there's rain on the circuit. Grip Hayden, incredible moment.
This is insane. Rain right at the final moments. I noticed the gap dropping for Alfie Butcher. It's now down to 2.5, and I just thought maybe he was taking it easy, but there is rain out on track, which is going to unsettle the cars ever so slightly. Thomas Ronhard still in that P2. Fassi has had a spot in for P3.
Yeah, they're going to run wheel to wheel now, heading through towards Jochen Ridge. Surely he's not going to try it. He does it, but another sprint back through the final corner. Incredible. Round 10 they go. Wheel to wheel, they make contact, but it's Alfie Butcher, the Challengers champion, with debut victory here for the young man. Incredible, what a performance. Bounced it back after the hardships at Jeddah. He's done it. An incredible victory. Well clear, but credit to Fassi, credit to Ronhard. They gave it everything. Ronhard home in P2. Fassi back-to-back P3s, a second podium of his career.
What a drive, though, for Alfie Butcher. A fantastic performance today. Great qualifying. Sadly, the race got away from him in Jeddah. And, of course, he had that one in Bahrain as well. Was it going to happen again? He had a poor qualifying this time around. But at the top. And who else? I'm pretty...
Nani, gata, stai acolo și jos, că am treabă. Haide. Ia uite bă, și formation lap.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if we can. No rain expected for the time being. Okay, not the best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts.
Bă, ce dracu faci?
That's a decent start. Good job. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. You're increasing the gap of the car behind by 5/10 a lap. Got that confirmed. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead, get ready to use DRS for the overtake. You're currently in P10. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, gap to leader, 7.3 seconds. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps. All right, 31 laps to go now. Okay, clear.
Bă, vezi ce faci?
Okay, you're in the top 10. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 6 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:20.6. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
Stealthy!
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 16.2 seconds. Ahead starting to create a gap. They're just starting to pull away from us now. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Time last lap was a 1 minute 21.3. Right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:21.4. Right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Tyre condition still looking good. approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hard next time. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Non c'era, si scappa.
Slower cars just ahead. If you want to pit, get close to a window. Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push. Front is 2.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 17 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 21.5. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Got 11, that's 11th place. They're on fresh mediums. They're on fresh mediums. Our gap to first place is 20.0 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. All right, 16 laps to go. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind, 8.1 seconds. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 0.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Time last lap was a 1:35.6. Okay, car behind trailing us, 8.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your last lap time was a 1:27.5. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:18.1. Caution, caution. Green flag. Managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 2.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:19.1. Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. That's us in 10th position. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to the car behind, 6.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 26.2 seconds. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go, 0.5 seconds. Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags. Old mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. The last lap time was a 1:27.6. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race. Past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Our gap to the car in front is 20.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. And the time last lap was a 1:30.3. Okay, gap ahead is 5.7 seconds. car in front is 5.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 4.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:19.7. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. You're pulling out a second a lap of the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.8 seconds.
Mamă, că pot.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. And the time last lap was a 1:19.9. Good job. You're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment. Pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Currently P11, currently P11. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. We're leaving the car behind by 7.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. The distance to the leader is 41.8 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. All right, 6 laps to go now. Gap to the car in front is 2.8 seconds. That's 11th place. Okay, gap ahead is 2.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. And the gap behind us is 8.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 41.6 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end.
Ajmo.
Just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Ahead under pressure, they might make a mistake. The gap is only 2 seconds now. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Mamă. Ia zi.
Ce faci, bă, Mișulică, bă?
Uite ce să fac, am avut cursul, acum am terminat.
Ai avut cursul, a?
Da. Încerc să spună ea săptămâna asta, dar... Nu știu, cred că luni, marți. Cred că luni sau marți, cam așa o să am cum.
Păi știu, dar pune măcar aia de impoziții, mâncați. Și că am plătit acolo, am rămas la femeia acolo de plată, mâncați și acolo. Dar știi să plătesc, să scot fiscalul, cum se numește. Te roagă fratele tău.
Păi eu îmi plătesc...
Că și eu am înțeles cum ai zis.
Stai 2 secunde. Nu-mi plătesc eu impozitul la Porsche și tu la BMW?
Păi la fel dracu ăla, la Porsche, cum se numește? Îl plătim când radiez Porsche-ul ăla. Mă auzi?
Pe când radiez Porsche-ul mâncă?
Să iau banii, că nu l-am dat pe datorie, Mișule, mânca, că a fost...
Păi și eu nu-l mai radiez, mâncați.
Ba da, frate, radiez, să iau banii, până de-aia nu am radiez. L-am luat 5 de luni.
Am înțeles.
Fratele tău, fă și pentru mine, asta că și eu am făcut, ai văzut, cum ai zis tu, așa am lăsat până...
Da, mă, dar nu...
Bagă măcar în contă ea.